Yes, it's like well, what I do is completely random. I love going checking out new places. I love exploring. I'm like the kind of I'm genuinely what they call an idiot. Wallahi, can I live?
At our second podcast, we got a little coffee. We got a shisha.
Okay, now I recorded mine. So welcome to how the hell did I forget the name of the podcast? Oh, how do you want to go for it? You want to go like?
All right, we're back. Round 2, second podcast.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Don't look at the camera too much.
All right.
It's weird.
Damn. okay, yo.
Learned.
You wanna do like
We are talking to each other, so we should really like talk.
Really?
To
Okay.
each other.
Okay. Fine. Because man, last time it was tripping me out from the first video.
But
And
now it's nice. We can't see. We got a new arrangement. We got couches. This feels more This feels better.
yeah, we're preparing to make a full blown studio in my place, and it's actually super fun. My my dear co-host was rearranging my place immediately. 4 times she came to my place.
I walked in. I said,
And she
"This
was like,
goes here."
I swear to God, wallah, she doesn't even live here. She doesn't even
Yeah,
live-
of course.
and
You needed help.
Oh
You
my
needed a
God.
little help.
Oh my God, what a bitch.
He's got this beautiful like couch that connects to each other, but he had it separated. You know, it just looked a bit jarring. You know.
Nah, all right.
And next thing is like, you know, what's up with the coffee table? You know.
Yeah, what's up with the damn it! I knew I forgot something. Give me a second.
What? No, don't. It's.
wait,
Were you
we-
worried about the dirt on it or something?
No. You know what? Fuck it. You know, this is how old Arab men do it. It's I forgot to bring the tongs for the shisha.
Oh yeah, he's
Boop, boop,
lighting
boop, 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 boop.
Now this is the carcinogenous
Yeah.
stuff, isn't it?
This completely not that. But the thing is, I don't wanna get the coals keep coming back, bringing it. You know what? Maybe next time I'm just gonna put the stove right here. But the problem is the fire alarm is right there, and it's gonna fuck everything up.
I think it's nice when you get up and leave, and then I have a little moment to just narrate you and what you're doing. And I liked that last time. I liked doing that. So I don't think you should be worried about, leaving the podcast for a second. You can always cut it out.
You know what? Second problem was yesterday while I was burning the coals, my stove blew up.
What?
Yeah, it's just like fucking
The
burned.
little stove
the little
thing?
stovetop thing. Yeah, it just.
So you don't. It's broken.
Yeah, I bought a new one, but then I left it in the car today, so I was like, "Damn it! I forgot everything that I needed." So
Yeah. So here we are. What do you call these things? What do you call these ones?
these are easy burnable coals.
Burnable coals.
Yeah.
The other ones I call your little rocks.
Roxanne. Rocks.
What do you think of that song at the Strip? You know how they use that intro song, the Roxanne. How does that go again?
No, it doesn't. It's not that. It's like something like that. I hate that intro so much.
And when I started comedy, that was always how they that was the song I got all the time. So it became burned into my head. And then like one day I was out and I was just heard. You ever hear one time I was walking down the street in Toronto and I heard that theme song that plays at the start of every show at the Strip, and I had like a visceral reaction. I was like, never heard this song outside of this club.
Yeah. It's
the Comic Strip, for the listener, is our club in Edmonton, and it's probably like it has the most shows on the weekend. We got 2 clubs in Edmonton, and yeah, and they have this like wild intro song with like a video and everything, and it really hypes me up. I do like it.
I think it is so ridiculous, man.
I've come to really love it.
Yo,
I love it. It's like my favorite part of the Strip.
The problem is with that song. The problem is, and this is what I don't like about it. It's like 17 minutes long, and if you're hosting, it sucks because oh my God, it's like when is this song gonna end?
Yeah.
Let me just do my, you know what I mean?
Right, but it's kind of hype. I like it. It's hype, and then it plays little like clips of Edmonton, and it's like they really have to stretch to make Edmonton look fun and cool. Like it's just like a shot of
First of all, it does look cool.
the woods. The River Valley.
Edmonton looks awesome.
Yeah.
Take that back.
And no shade on Edmonton. I like Edmonton.
Yeah. Welcome to Edmonton, man. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. So we should inform the listener that we have created a name since our first podcast. We have developed a name.
Yeah. Do you want me to go like? Do you want to start with like an intro for it? Be like, I go like Wallahi, and then you'd be like, can I live?
You want to try?
You want to do that?
Sure. Let's try.
Let's do it. Wallahi.
Can I live?
Yeah, I love it. Allah, let's do it again.
Do it again.
Wallahi.
Oh shit.
No, man, you better fucking Annie up. All right, I'm gonna repeat. Wallahi.
Can I live?
Not good. This is the first time.
No, the first. Can I live?
All right.
Can I live?
Third time. Wallahi.
Can I live?
Man, what the hell is wrong with
I thought, okay, fine, go fuck. I like, jeez.
Dude. Anyways, so this is.
But we came up with that. I think we should tell them how we came up with the name. Like, and that was a beautiful moment. I really enjoyed. That was like a highlight of the week for me. Was just sitting and we went out for shawarma.
Yeah.
Ahmed finds these places around town. He's got all like Ahmed could create a like whole like Ahmed's Eats website. Where you have like all it's holes in the walls. It's like random places. He just discovers really good food. And this place was this tiny random shawarma joint. It was so fucking good. It was definitely my favorite place you've taken me to.
Yes, it's like well, what I do is completely random. I love checking out new places. I love exploring. I'm like the kind of I'm genuinely what they call an idiot. That I would even give
genuinely what they call an idiot.
Well, what I would do is I would go to a restaurant, and if I don't like it, I would go to it again and try something else. And if I don't like that,
because you see the best in people, and you really want everybody to have a fair shot.
Yes, this is what I do, and I will lose money a lot of the times, man. A lot of the times I would have really bad choices, but man, when I have like restaurant gold, and like that restaurant, I don't think I've had anything in the menu that I didn't go like, wow.
It was like, and I'm not. Like I like food, but I'm not like die hard. Like I'm not looking for good places and stuff. But that was like, I want to go back.
Yeah,
I want to go back.
Yeah, like I'll tell you, man. Jules loves it when I take like we like to go like sometimes me and the comics and Jules and all of us we would go like to places. And me, I usually have like really great picks, and Jules, by the way, she loves to go eat too, right? In like places that we enjoy. And the thing is, Jules has, as a wonderful white woman, right from the area of New York. Well, I would say. You know what? I would take it back. Because New Yorkers, they kind of have good taste buds because of New York being such a metropolitan city of 7 billion people.
You can get any food.
You can get yeah. So
all the foods.
So white women from New York, they're really seasoned. Like I'll tell you, like my worst nemesis of a vegetable is Brussels sprouts, and I hate it so much. And then when I ate it, like one time Jules was cooking it. And she gave it to me. I was like, Brussels sprout. Oh fuck, it sucks. And then when I ate it, it was decent. It wasn't great, but it was decent. And I was like, wow, how could you turn a miserable lettuce?
I barely did anything to it.
Yeah, like she turned a miserable lettuce into something edible. And I was like, that takes talent.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Wow, I thought that was gonna go bad. Like you started to tip, and I was like, "Here we go."
Listen, man, this bitch Wallahi thinks of me in the worst possible ways, and I'm a good Muslim brown boy. You know what I mean?
You should silence your phone.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, let's see. Oh, dear God, man, this is the problem when you have families and shit.
Yeah, when you have people that care about you.
Yeah, man, can you believe that shit? God damn. Ugh.
What's that like?
Great. I love it so much.
So anyway, we were at the shawarma place. And we're sitting there, we've sat down and we're waiting. And the goal was to find a name for our podcast. Because we had just recorded the first one. We didn't have a name yet. And then sat down, sit in like, and then I open up my notebook. We start brainstorming. I'm searching podcast names. I'm thinking like, this is going to be really hard to come up with a name. I think we thought of a few, and you know, you were into these like brown and white themes. Like, I'm a brown guy, she's a white lady.
Yeah, one of them. Okay, this is how funny it was. One of them was Twinkie, which by the way, gay. But I didn't know that, and
it sounds very
gay. So I was like, okay, next.
And
coconut.
I don't even know what it means.
And I was like coconut, and he was like,
Even
it was like even gayer, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay, fine, Kinder Surprise.
We started like, and then I said, I think that we shouldn't go there. We're more than our races and ethnicities, right? So we started thinking of words, and I have them written out here. It's like maniac,
banana.
What do we talk about? It's comedy, it's life, it's religion, culture. Culture was a big one. And then we thought, okay, we are very different from each other. It's uncommon, atypical, offbeat. I search all those words in the podcast app.
She was like straight up. Not even that. She even opened the thesaurus. And, And she was like, let's go and this and that. And I was like, and then.
And then I don't even know how we. But it was
this is how we went.
All those words have been used in like 10 podcasts each. It was pointless.
So I was. I think it was me. I was like, you know what? Why don't we just use words that we say commonly all the time?
And then it came together instantaneously.
And then it just came instantaneously because I always say wallahi all the time, and he was like, "That's so great." And then we looked at the podcast, and there was no wallahi. Like
there was like maybe two or something like. And then can I live? That's what it was between. Can I live or what do you want from me? Because those are two things I say all the time. What do you want from me?
Because she tells me that all the time. Because every time I keep criticizing everything that she does, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, Amit, can I live? Can I?" And it was like perfect.
I think it just sums up. It captures the essence of us very well, and it's unique. It's fun. The acronym WCIL sounds like a radio station. I googled it. It is a radio station.
Yeah.
So. But, you know, whatever. We can have the same acronym as some random radio station in Illinois. That's fine. And
nobody cares about Illinois. I'm so sorry. Like, it is like, even if Canada ever becomes the 51st state. No, Chicago's important. I appreciate.
Okay, so that is in Illinois.
That is in Illinois.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man. I thought it was some Mississippi region. Bro, I don't even know America's 51st states.
Yeah.
50. Do you think Canada will be 51st state?
No.
Absolutely not.
I don't know why people are even having this conversation. Like, why people are even humoring it. I think dumbfounded by like how everybody like they jump on it. Like, I don't know. The renaming the Gulf of Mexico is Gulf of America. I mean, that's hilarious.
I genuinely, man. This is
that's hilarious. If you go on Google Maps, it says that now. Did you know that?
This is insanity.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
It says Gulf of Mexico in parentheses Gulf of America.
This is so funny. I swear to God. I think, you know what? I think I genuinely.
I say awesome. Let's
see this American bitch. I respect that because one time I told Jules, I was like, listen, man, if corporate America ever manifested itself, it would be Juliana Belufi Fry. She is the perfect example of this because the American ego. I don't
understand.
It is like an American ego. You know what I mean?
You know I'm joking, right?
I know, but it's like so fun to tell you this. It kills me every time. And
we're gonna have a Gulf of America for 4 years. You know, like, yeah.
I love them. I love what America.
But everybody's talking about Canada, 51st state. It's like. It's one big ass state. I don't know, like
that's like the fattest man. Imagine Alaska being number 2 by a margin.
Yeah, that's a big ass fucking state, and they don't even know what they're getting. They're getting Newfoundland. They're getting BC. They're getting Saskatchewan. Like they're getting a lot.
Dude, like listen, you know, like Americans don't usually travel abroad, and because America's such a big country, why would you? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And hey, yo, if Canada joins, man, that'd be a fat ass country. Wallahi, man, It'd be a fat ass. It'd be one of the fattest countries ever, man. It'd be like, why? Like, why should I leave? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like a why moment.
Now you can go to like, and yeah, you have a huge pool of places to go. And I had a thought, but I lost it.
Well,
Oh, what I was going to say is Americans don't know Canada at all. You know, that's definitely like, that's a big thing. Like, I went, no, trust me, they don't.
yeah, no,
I went home and I was telling people in New York, like the comics I was meeting in New York, that I lived in Edmonton, and they're like, where's that? And I was like, it's in Alberta. There's like, where's that? In Canada, like Western Canada. Oh, okay. One guy, he was like, oh, I'm going to Edmonton. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, how far is that? And I was like, I don't know, like a couple hours. Oh, a couple hour drive? I was like, no, do you know? Oh, you have no idea where you're going. I was like,
that's so funny.
He didn't realize, like, he's flying across the continent. He had no idea. He thought he knew he was flying there. He thought maybe like Montreal, like it was up near Montreal. I was like, no, wow.
That's like the other edge. That's like close to.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. I was like, I envy this man. He's living a great life.
Dude, but that's the thing, man. This is one thing that I kind of enjoy. Like, you know, like I would say, American exceptionalism is like it's bound to happen, because when you go to a country that's 350 million people, and every state has like 3 major cities. You know what I mean, dude? That's like a continent almost.
Yeah,
like, you
and
know
there's
what I mean?
so many places you can like. That's the thing. Is you have so much choice in terms of like what city you live in there too. Like the size of the city. Like, yeah, in Canada, there ain't a lot of cities to choose from.
No.
And let alone cities that are like over 500,000 or something like that.
Yeah,
Right? Like you really are limited.
Yeah, like Saskatoon is like 250, and Regina is like what, 350, maybe 400.
Yeah, like they're barely cities, and then I don't know how big Winnipeg is, but
Winnipeg is not that much.
Halifax is nice. Halifax is good. It's like 1 mil. I need a mil. I need a mil minimum.
I don't know how much
to live in a city.
Really, it's $1 million? Are you kidding? Wallahi,
No, it might be less.
dude. When I was, I don't know how much it is
Maybe
right now.
it's 800 or something.
That's crazy, because when I went there in 2010, it was 250,000, maybe less. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
All right, let's search. I might be completely wrong, but that's like the population of St. John's.
Yeah.
It's like 200.
Let's check it, because man, when I was there, man, Halifax was so small.
This is so fun too that we're checking population size.
Checking population
This is
size.
Oh. Anyway, we keep talking about this boring ass shit. Oh yeah, you're totally right. I was totally wrong.
How much is it right now?
500,000
Wow, it doubled.
in the greater area. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Wow, I was really wrong. Funny. I'm usually really right.
I know. See, this is the thing, man. Jules is an academic lady, very intelligent,
Thank you.
but one of the dumbest bitches I have ever met in my life. Like, she's just naturally dumb, but very smart.
When
you know
am
what
I
mean?
dumb?
Oh my God, you are
I shouldn't have
so
asked it.
dumb.
No, you know what? I don't want it.
No. Thank you for opening that can of worms. I really love that. Oh my God, she is. First of all, Jules will do things that are real. Like, okay, this is one story true. One time she invited me over for a barbecue. And she was like, "Oh, Ahmed, I really would love."
Never gonna live this down.
I would never.
I'm never gonna live this down.
Never. She invited me over.
I made pork. at a
No,
barbecue.
not made pork. It was way worse. Listen, she's bullshitting, because it was like she told me, "Hey, Ahmed, I'm doing a barbecue," and she invited me and maybe 3 or 4 other comics, and she was so excited over it. And when it was the day of the barbecue, I was like, you know what? I want to be nice and cordial, so I'm going to bring some... I saw these Donair patty burgers, and I was like, oh, this is going to be nice. And I brought them over to the barbecue, and she was like, oh, Ahmed, thank you so much for coming. She was like, by the way, could you believe it? I found pork ribs for $2 a pound. Could you? I was like, oh my god, that's so amazing.
It was a great deal.
$2 a pound, Ahmed. Isn't that great? And I was like, I can't eat that. And she was like, oh. And then she looks and sees that I brought some Donair patty burgers. And she was like, oh, but you can eat that, right? And then she walked away. She walked a little bit away, and another comic, Brad, was there. And then she was like, hey, Brad, thank you so much for coming by. By the way, I bought these pork ribs for $2 a pound. Could you believe that?
I love a good meat deal. It's actually my favorite thing in the world.
Dude, because the thing was, she couldn't get gratification from me because I thought she was retarded. And then she goes and says the exact same lines, word for word, to Brad. And he was like, wow, that is crazy. And we both looked at each other. We were like, what the hell is wrong with this dumb bitch?
No, I love a deal.
And listen, she
love
loves
a
a
meat deal.
And she was like, okay, you know what? We're going to start barbecuing. So then she takes the entire pork ribs, doesn't even cut it up, nothing. She takes the whole rib and covers it from side to side on the grill.
Yeah.
On the grill. So now I couldn't even use the grill to cook up the patties.
Right.
Like,
well, I'm
stupid.
I'm so sorry.
She's just so stupid. By the way, this is one of many. This is one of fucking many.
But now I'm much more cognizant of it. I'm not. I wasn't thinking about that. You know, I was very stressed. I get very stressed when I host people and everything.
Yo, man, you get very...
So, but listen, I love a meat deal. Oh my god! Sometimes the no frills, best fucking meat deals. Is it great meat? No, but it's cheap as fuck. You can sometimes you walk in there and there's giant boxes of frozen chicken for $5.
Dude, she's one of the most frugal people I've ever met.
Well, I'm starting to like let myself spend more money here and there now, but and making money doing stand-up has helped a lot. But $5, like once I went into the no frills and I just wanted like 2 things, and I saw these boxes of chicken, I was like, fuck, now I gotta buy 2 of these boxes of chicken. Because like I can't pass on. You walk around, it's not just me, it's other people. Like there's a limit. You can only buy like 3 of them. And
Dude,
there's like a dude carrying 3 giant boxes.
You know, one thing about her, she doesn't have a car, right? And I have a vehicle, and by the way, don't get me wrong, I love spending money, but I also like to be kind of like, I love good deals. So there's this place in Edmonton called H&W Market, and I love.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love.
And I never can go there.
She cannot go there.
Yeah.
But one time I bought the 2 fattest watermelons. 2 of them. Like
now
big,
here you are doing what I'm doing.
Dude, it was epic. It was one of the sweetest, tastiest watermelons you can have, and it was $2 each.
Yeah.
$2 each,
and you need to be telling your friends about it. Like I think when something like that happens to you, you got to tell people, because what if they want a $2 watermelon?
Dude, it was awesome. It was these guys have the best. I would always fill up. Well, the good news was like my sister lived with me, so she was in charge of all the cooking and the cleaning and the folding laundry and everything else. Amazing, mashallah.
Sounds like a great life.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. May Allah make you like this as well, my dear sister.
Yep.
Anyways, and it was really good. So I would always push that shit on her, and it was awesome. What a days. Right now, man, I'm so lazy. I don't cook for myself and shit. Look at this gut.
Yeah, like, you know, yeah. And
anytime I see something misogynistic, she kind of like...
The apartment it shows, you know, that, you know, you ain't... Like, look at the rug, Ahmed. Dude, it's got all these holes in it.
Well, that's why I have it for shisha. I mean, the only reason
this is the shisha rug.
This is the shisha rug, because sometimes the coals fall, and this is like me and my sister, we planned it out.
You know, for the listener, and, you know, you can't really see it, but it's riddled with holes,
yes.
Burn holes all over the rug.
It's called genius.
Yeah, but one time Ahmed Ahmed asked me to stay here and watch his cat for like a week. And I come in, and I had to roll up the rug, Ahmed, because it was covered in ash. It was covered in ash. I had to roll up the rug. I swept. I had a pile of ash.
Yes. That's called yeah. Well, man, that was okay. Listen, you can't blame me too much because my sister, God bless her soul, she was the one.
She did everything.
Yes, she was like,
Yep.
you know, it's like one time when I first got this apartment, I like put all the furniture, put everything, cleaned it up, and then not only that, I brought 2 friends over to help me also clean up even more because I went to work like on the field, like we go way out. I was in Loon Fire Base Camp, and I brought 2 friends, and they cleaned it up for like 4 hours. Everything was so good. And then my parents and my sister came by, and that's when my sister moved in. That was like what 2020, and then they came in, and then they looked at it, and they were like, "Okay, we can do a lot more." And I'll tell you, man, it's like a feminine touch. Like there's something with like a woman's eye that she can see possibilities in a home.
Oh, for sure.
That a man can't. I'm sorry, man. It doesn't matter who you are as a dude. You just cannot.
Well, I walked in here and now you got a whole new rearrangement going, and I think it's great.
Dude, exactly. Like she was breaking my balls all day. She was like, "Oh my god, we need to make like a podcast studio, and then we can move the table here, this, change
Yeah,
the
the
sofa
problem
there."
is that it's a little dark where we thought we could do like the little studio thing, and like the lighting isn't very good. This I think is much nicer.
Well, thank you so much.
Anyway, so what should we talk about? We were talking about comedy before.
Yeah,
it's always a good starting point.
Well,
I was thinking we could maybe talk about the mic on Monday, but it's just another wild mic.
Mike on Monday.
When did we record our last podcast?
I think the first one we did was Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
It was Saturday.
Yeah, and now it's Wednesday.
I don't know. Like open mics here are pretty sweet. It's always like really fun.
We actually do get audiences. That's what's cool about Edmonton is that the mics have audiences. This is why Edmonton is like one of the best scenes right now in Canada.
Yeah, like compared to Toronto fucking sucks. Fuck, man. Toronto. I'm from Toronto, and I'm telling you, man, Toronto's like
for comedy, it sucks.
It's like all the open mics are just like all like open mic comics, and they would all sit and just like, yeah, that was all. It is bananas.
They do what?
But they just sit down and
say it again.
They just sit. They'll be like, they will all be like, yeah, I think this is funny. I think this is great. I think this is amazing. It's like I don't like it.
And then it's hard to get past the open mic scene there. It's easier to like show up to Toronto if you already like are established, and then you can bypass that, right? That's kind of the goal of a lot of people that move to Toronto, right? And it's the same in New York. Like New York, I don't know how people start in New York because like the open mic scene just seems like a disaster. I think if you're doing mics in New York, what I've heard is like you just want to do Brooklyn mics. You don't want to do Manhattan mics. Brooklyn, like,
why?
Well, there's a lot of the Manhattan ones you pay like $5 to go up.
Really?
Yeah, and then I guess in Brooklyn there's less of that, and there's more like indie rooms and like like kind of.
Well, it's the same. I think Bobby told me about this. The fact is that people pay money to go up, and I was like, this is crazy.
Well, because like something that you forget, I think, after you're doing stand up is that doing stand up is insane. And that a lot of people just casually try it as kind of like things to do, like a fun thing. And some people are hustling doing those mics and stuff, but like, yeah. I went to one mic in a club in Manhattan just to see what it was about because I was just genuinely kind of curious. And it was pretty depressing. I was like, I don't want to do this. There was no audience. It was just comics. Like, and then there's just, and I don't like being forced to watch comedy and I'm not going to laugh at a show. It's hard to make me laugh if I'm performing.
That kind of reminds me. I went to this club one time. I'm going to name names, but it was, dude, it was so horrible.
You're going to name names?
Should I? I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna do
Where
it. But,
was it?
But it was in Markham, Ontario, and and man, I went in and it's the most bizarre because it looks like a great club, but then there's a Michelin star restaurant inside the club. Like
Wow.
the only way to get into it is that you have to kind of go through the club in a private door inside.
Okay.
So it's like imagine you're watching a show and then people will just walk just to go to that restaurant. So,
They're going through
Yeah.
the show to get to the Michelin
it's
star.
a star restaurant. So imagine
fuck?
it doesn't make sense.
How
man.
is this a Michelin star?
It's so bizarre.
Is it 1 star?
I don't know.
How many stars?
It's probably between 1 and 3 from what I heard. And so it's like imagine you see like all these people would come in, none of them would sit down. It would just like they would just walk right through and right into that restaurant. And the restaurant is like it doesn't have a door on the outside for private. No, you have to go through the club, which is bananas. And
That's wild.
and then it was it was like 3 or 4 audience members, and it was like a whole bunch of open micers, and then it was like and then we came in, and then I just put my name in just to get like into the draw, and I got in, and they told me, hey Ahmed, you can't leave because it would disrespect the owner. So you have to stay the entire 3.5.
Yeah, and that's how they get you. And then you're sitting around. You got to order something. And,
Yeah.
yeah, and the mics. I mean, like it is, like it's a way of bringing in business.
But the problem,
Via the comic,
the problem was it was just all open micers, and none of them were really hitting except one guy, but it wasn't really technically all that great. And imagine it was 3 hours, and it sucked, and it sucked the life out of you. It sucked the life out of you, and I was like, and then I had to, and then they just held us hostage. They just held us hostage at this horrible show. And I was like, I want to leave. You know what I mean? I just want to do my sentence.
I want to go home.
I want to go home. Dude.
Sometimes I feel that it shows here.
Dude.
Let alone, but I'm not even being held. I just,
Yeah, because sometimes you can find, like, you can go into like a wacky show and
it's just strange.
and
It's
it's
nobody
just-
I'm like really nobody I really like that much. And,
exactly. But the thing is, the good news is there's always like one thing that's kind of funny here is that there's always people that you kind of want to hang out with. And sometimes you just want to watch their sets, and it's like really fun. So we would just find our own place. But generally speaking, like there's not much of it here compared to like I think it's just a bigger city syndrome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's just more people in that. You know, you can make money off of bringing people in to try an open mic.
Yeah,
like and fine. You know, I don't like. That's the thing is like that is why there's a distinction in the bigger scenes. I think is like, but you forget you can forget that like doing stand up it's a fun thing for people to try. They're not taking it that seriously, and like, they're just trying it, right? But it's the same as like an open mic music night, like when people go very casually and they can, you know.
But here's the thing. I think also in a lot of ways that in Toronto, I would say like, and probably New York and probably major cities in general, it's just there's always like crazy people in every scene, but because it's so macro, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you can't get them out.
Yeah. Like Toronto and is like one of the biggest cities in North America. Like generally speaking, including the United States, it's so massive. And same thing with New York. So it's like all the bananas people just like beep, like, you know what I mean? Like instead of being like 5 or 6, it's like 40 to 80.
Yeah, and they float around, and there's enough people that don't know them. And if you ever move to a new comedy scene, it's like first thing you have to ask is like, okay, who are the crazies? Find somebody you trust.
And surprisingly,
who are the crazies?
Surprisingly, a lot of the crazies love to run shows. Ain't that a bitch? And now you have to deal with this crazy guy and act like he is the best and most basically you have to lie. And you have to lie and like you lie and be like, oh my god, you're so awesome, and then you go back home and you cry in the shower in the fetal position because you lied
because he what? Because what did he do to you?
Because I lied to this motherfucker, telling him how amazing he was.
Ahmed hates lying to people. Ahmed hates lying to people. You love telling people what your honest thought, even if it hurts their feelings.
It gets me into so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oh my God, love it.
But, there's an example. You did it that one time. You cried later, but that's okay.
Yeah. But the only time is when they have like something that I want, and I want it, and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah, and that's of course.
I'm gonna butter his fucking cup.
Of course.
And
a lot of people are doing that all the time here.
But everybody does it. Like even you do it. Like I've seen you do it multiple times. I've seen you straight up to people that you've genuinely told me how much you did not like. You acted like you were the most cordial people. It's like something that we love.
I'm nice to people, but I'm lying.
She's evil.
Here's another thing that I think we do that makes us very different is like you obsess over other people's comedy, like other people in the scene. You love analyzing, you love ranking. You're not doing it as much anymore. But
I'm not.
Like a year ago, you would be like, okay, here are my top 5. Right now, it's blank, top 5, and then like this guy, and he's in the bottom. He's a bot. And it's like, I'm like, holy crap! Like, why wow. You got time on your hands to be able to coming up with these rankings.
It's like you know what the thing is. This idiot. Okay, see the problem is me and her have very different views in life. I go to a comedy show, and I watch people stand up, and whoever I enjoy, and whoever I don't. It is what it is, and I would watch, and I like certain people. I like certain people other than like it is what it is. Like I'm watching just to enjoy, but also at the same time to learn, to watch.
Sure,
you know what I mean. It's like fun.
Yeah.
Her, on the other hand, she would go and watch and look at all the lunatics and try to divest. Oh my God, hi, what makes you so crazy? And she gets so entertained with their personal lives, which I think
I don't know where you're getting this from.
Which I think is sick.
I don't know where you're getting this from.
You told me that straight out of your mouth.
Like their personal lives. Like I don't.
She loves drama. Like personally, she loves
what?
to see. She likes. Like one time she told me this. She's like, this is crazy. Why do you do that? I was like, man, it's like fun, and if people kind of like to know how to become better or anything like that, like you know what I mean, like I love caring about them and their stand up. I don't like to pry into their personal lives, but then
I don't think I'm prying into anybody's.
She is so good. She is so good at acting like she's a nice lady. I love it. I love. Like oh my God, she loves personal dilemmas and like internal dramas. These are the things that makes her so enjoy her life. Yes.
If anybody, it's you.
I don't even care about your life.
No.
No. That's you. I only judge stand up. You judge them in their personal lives.
I really don't even know, like...
You like to see personal dramas more, and I don't care about...
Personal dramas?
Yeah.
Like, I like seeing...
Family tragedies and what made them so fucking crazy. What? This is the stuff. This is the stuff like, oh my God, yes. Speak to me more.
What are you talking about? I really like. I think I keep my head down.
Well, she doesn't. She
what
only.
Do you fucking mean?
She pumps it up like
we
a
don't.
chicken.
I don't want to. We're not naming. I'm not naming. I'm not going to name names because we agreed we don't want to. We don't want to talk about specific people on this podcast.
She was like, you know, whenever there's like something like crazy personal going on that makes a dude crazy, she's like, oh my God, what do you have here? And then she like floats to him, or her. Hi, how are ya? So what's going on? Why are you crazy? Oh my God, I love that story. That's how she is.
What?
Yes. Well, yes. Yeah. You even admitted it to me even one
I
time
don't-
in the car while we were going.
I think
We were going to what's it called? What was that? Sylvan Lake. And we were talking about it. You were like, "Yeah, I like that more. I like to learn about people's personal problems." And then we were like, "Yes.
No.
She admitted that by her own lips and tongue."
maybe
and
I said something like, I'm trying to think like what I would have said that you would,
because you were complaining about me judging people's sets,
Yeah.
and then I told you, at least, man, I don't look at internal dramas, and I worded it really right at that time, and you were like, oh my god, and then you were like, yeah, I kind of like that more, and I was like, man, that's pretty evil.
Okay, sure. Like if I'm okay.
Man, you better fucking take it.
No, not right
No,
now.
come on.
This is like, oh my god. Please.
Enjoy
If I smoke shisha every time we do a podcast.
Listen, just take a puff
I'm
for
gonna
2
die.
puffs. Take two puffs.
Don't do this.
Take 2 puffs.
Don't do this.
Take 1 puff.
No.
Take 1 puff.
It's okay. Not this second. Please. My throat hurts.
Take 1 puff.
No, my throat hurts.
It's fine, man. It will.
My throat is dry.
It is. Drink some water.
I am. I'm slowly drinking that water.
Damn, mother buffoon.
Do you really want to do this on the do you want to fight on here?
Yes, it's so fun. It's so fun when I see you antsy and annoy you, and it's really great because you always know how to make me very angry. It's like a technique that you got.
I know your buttons at this point. It's true. So, all right. Well, enough of that. I don't even really know what you mean, but
You see, this is what she does. She aikidos. You see the techniques that she does. She's like, hiya. She's like divert. It's like, I don't even know. Let me think with
even
my
know.
intellectual PhD little brain of mine how to absolutely weasel my way out of this. But this is what she does. All right, and it's
I think out of all of us, you're the one who talks about other people the most.
yeah, about their stand up mostly.
And the business side of it, like who's doing what shows, like how. This
Yeah,
thing
well,
is run,
that's awesome. That see, it's all about stand up. Like it doesn't matter. I never will talk about people's personal lives, how their home is, what the hell is dealing with their girlfriend, or they break up or shit like that. Stuff like that do not entertain me. I don't.
Okay,
care.
if it's my friends or something, like somebody I care about, and
somebody
they're going
I
through
don't,
something, I obviously care.
Somebody, yeah, like see, that's some women shit right there. Pretty awesome. Love it. But
Right, and you don't give a shit.
oh God, no. What the fuck do I care about that stuff?
Yeah, well, and no, I mean in terms of like the stand up and stuff, I spend more time just analyzing my shit. You know, and I'm thinking like really deeply about my set, and so when I'm at shows, I'm not I find it hard for me to take in and pay attention to what other people are doing.
No,
Unless it's a new person. Then I'm curious. Like somebody from out of town, I want to see their set, you know?
No, for me, I love to do it with my own sets, of course. This is like, I'm very self-critical of it. And I try to always change it around, play, but no, sometimes it's like really fun to watch because I think it's because you kind of, maybe one of the reasons why you don't do that is because you don't really show run. But once you start show running, it becomes like so important because, like, especially if it's a paid show, you just want to know who to book.
Yeah, and everybody told me when I started, they were like, you should start a show, And I think the best thing I ever did for myself was
never
not start a show.
Same thing with
Truly.
me. I never did, but then
I will eventually for sure. But like in the beginning,
no, it's. I will say this: people will always say that it's good to give you time and shit like that. But what happens when you start a show in the beginning, right? You start hosting, and hosting when you do that, it's good to have more time and try more bits, but then you kind of focus on doing stuff that makes people laugh quickly and whatever. And a lot of the stuff can be sometimes very hacky.
sure.
And you depend on hack material like
like hard to develop an act.
exactly,
sure.
or hard to develop
Yeah.
like original
but
bits.
also, though, here's the thing: is that there's so many. I know a few people that have gotten really good really quickly by hosting shows.
Yes.
So that's where that like it's not. I don't necessarily think it's
There's
hosting.
no really right answer for this. It's not really a right answer. It's just like a sort of a risk assessment of every
Yeah.
choice that you make.
But I think more of it has to do with the fact that you can't think about yourself as much. Like it's such a it like stand up is like such a it's a solo art form, right? And it's
Yeah.
like
It's literally small businesses competing with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm a small business. She is a small business, and same thing.
is that how you think of it?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah, like we're competing with each other, but at the same time, like we're working together, and like everybody has to put in like a good set to have a really good show.
Yeah.
Yada, yada,
well. The thing is, like, everybody has a product. Like Jules has a product, but even like, let's just say, if I ever run a show and it's a paid show, I know for sure, like, Jules is always gonna like deliver very, like, most of the times, very well results.
Yeah,
and
that was like how I felt of like suddenly people like I was getting booked more regularly, and people like, and I was like, oh wow, like I did kind of develop a product.
Yeah,
in a way, and like the product people want it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
cool.
fact is that she like it's not just the fact that she also develops a product, but also depends on consistency of the product being produced. Like the more like, especially when you start running shows, you kind of have to notice, okay, who has good product, but who can consistently deliver it and get laughs out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like product is it's what do you call it? Oversimplification, obviously, of all of this, and takes away from like the art or whatever. But yeah, but the thing is like if you're running a show and you're constantly thinking about who you want to book. So I always use this phrase. This is my favorite term. It's called cognitive overhead. And I think about this. Yeah, he's looking pained. Talking to the mic. How do you feel about that? Make a sound.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Please
Okay.
enlighten us
Cognitive
with your
overhead. No, I've told this to a lot of people, and it resonates with people, and they really like it.
Okay, fine.
People like it. People like
Fine.
it. The reviews are in, and people are into it.
Okay.
Cognitive overhead is just like how your day to day, you have only so much brain capacity, is the way I see it. So like my brain stretches from, like, if you look at me, like here to here. And it's like my PhD is taking up like this much, like 60% of my cognitive, or 50% or whatever. And then I have 50% of cognitive overhead. It's like you're just day
You
to
said 60,
day.
yeah, but then 40 left.
50 to 60, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gauging. I've never like actually made an estimate. And then it's like, what do you eat for breakfast? That takes a little bit. Like when are you going to do your chores? Like when are you going to bathe yourself? All these little things take up brain space that you're thinking about. And then you have some room to spare of like, you can only think so many things in a day, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
And so if I can think about stand-up for 3 hours every day and it's in the evening, if I'm running a show, I can't, like, now I've only, and an hour and a half of that 3 hour time period is spent thinking about the show I'm running, and then the other half is I can actually think about my set and my comedy. I think about effort as brain power. I think about effort as time and money or whatever. But to me,
whatever
it's
you
my
focus
brain.
on your intention and your mental prowess.
So I could only give stand up. I wanted to give as much of it as I could to like the craft of it, and like getting good myself. And
it's like we can only wish we were trust fund babies and really focus 100% on stand up.
Yeah.
But
it just ain't the way it is.
It ain't. Like, for example, like, she's a student. I'm a dude that works crazy jobs, and
well, you're interesting because you'll be away, you're working, but then you come back and you're not working, and then you have. So yours is just more like staggered across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then then when I'm not working, I miss my family a lot. So then I jump to Toronto, chill with them a lot, and It's like back and forth. I'm like my brain is all over the place. So whenever I get time for stand up, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I really love it.
And like things that help with like, I just feel like right now my brain is at capacity. Like I'm forgetting names. I forget a lot of people's names in comedy and stuff. And it's like, I forget people all the time. And I'm just like, I do feel like my brain is at capacity. Like I have this whole other, and then I have to remind myself, right, I have this whole other career. And it's like, I try to give grace on it. But like this is why Steve Jobs wore the same thing every day, was for his cognitive overhead. You know that? And like just like little things like that. It's like I just can't think about. I don't want to have to worry about what I wear, so I'm just gonna wear the same thing every day, and it's to free up brain space. You know, like I know you don't like this, but it's helped me so much.
Yeah, wearing the
It's
same
helped.
underwear for the same 7 days a week.
That's not it at all. Yeah, that's not.
I'm just messing around. But I don't really. I don't. Man, I think
This doesn't resonate with you.
No. No, it does not.
Okay.
It does not, because I'll explain. Mine was actually on the contrary. Mine was actually, it was too much. I was overloaded. Like when I started stand up. No, with life. But things were really not going well for me. I got laid off. I had almost $32,000 in debt.
Jeez.
And I was financially fucked. And
This is when you started stand-up.
this is when I started stand up, because
Okay.
it was like COVID. I made the rational decision of not getting the shot, fired, and then I had all this credit card debt. And then I had to do like credit help, please help me out. So then I had to shut off all my MasterCards and Visas, and it was just like my whole life was spiraling completely out of control. I was top of the world, bam, right to the
Wow.
floor, and then.
Holy shit.
And then, like my personal life was not doing well at all. And then I made the even more rational decision that I'm gonna do stand up full time.
But that's it, right? That's when you start stand up.
That's when I was and then because I started it before when things were really awesome. Like, but then I only did it like 5 or 6 times at that time, and then when she started. That's when I decided to put my full gas pedal on the gas, and I decided to do it because it was like EI time, and I was financially ruined. I remember even Simon was telling me, Ahmed, I only remember you as the dude that gasses up all the time he picks me up, and he doesn't realize I was like pinching every fucking dollar. I would only put and then the economy decides, Ukraine decides to go to war with Russia. Fuck you. And then $2.20 it was for gas.
Yeah.
So it was like I got my EI, and then everything just went crazy expensive. I was so desperate. 15,000 hustles. And that's when I decided to like focus on stand up. So it wasn't like it was brain capacity. Everything was way over brain capacity. I was like flooded.
You needed a distraction, you think? Like,
I think
Like-
no.
because you always seem so happy. Like I would never have known that this was happening because it seemed like you just love doing stand up.
A lot of this is the beauty of it. I never show. One time this bitch was like, "Oh, Ahmed, I really love your energy. You are so happy all the time. I wish I had this." And I swear to God, me and Bobby Warner looked at each other because I almost had a mental breakdown 30 minutes before that.
Really?
Like complete, I was dying.
When was this?
That was about a year and 3-4 months ago. And
Yeah, you're really good at like. You're really good at.
You will never find my emotions. I will never in your life will you ever know what I feel. And it's been really good. I've been so good at like it was
Yeah,
it's
little thing.
It's
Pop, pop, pop.
yeah. But anyways, but it's like kind of, it's like you will never know, and I don't want to ever show you. But a lot of the times, like when I first started stand up, I was so miserable through the entire time.
Wow.
And I was still making people laugh. That's how great I'm.
Well, sometimes when you're really miserable is when you do the best on stage, because it's like, I just need this. I need this moment. I think that is why, like, notoriously, like, the stereotype is like comedians are like unhappy people. So many people start after like a breakup. That's a
No,
huge,
man, I started,
huge jump start
I started
for people.
when I fell in love, man. It was like, I love this girl and stuff like that, and that's when I started. And then
Really?
And then yeah, it was the after the heartbreak and stuff. That's when I took it seriously.
Yeah.
And then after
No way.
And then after the financial calamity and my whole life kind of like spiraling out of control, then I had to like pay off all these debts, and oh my God, I did so much. I was pressured in every angle. Oh my God. I was like, I even told my mom, I was like, yo, I can't believe like everything that I have done in the last 3 years kind of went to shit. And oh
Wow.
my God, it was just like a week ago. And, but this is how it is. I don't believe that my business should be out there.
Yeah.
And people shouldn't experience it.
Yeah.
Why should you?
Well, what good does it do other people?
Thank you.
Yeah, to know that what you've got going on. Yeah.
Oh,
But I think most people keep their private stuff private.
you'd be surprised.
Well,
Surprised. A lot of them don't.
I always assume there's way more going on in people's lives than they ever would let on. But yeah.
Yeah, but like, now
you're good.
A lot of people love to keep it all in. Like a lot of people do, but kind of like their emotions show. But me, I'm really good at lying. Listen. She tells me, Ahmed, you're an honest guy, but I'll say this out loud.
You like lying. You're good at lying.
I'm so great at it.
When you have to lie, you're good.
I'm so good at it.
Yeah, I think so. And it's kind of freaky, actually.
Yeah, it's like I'm so good at it. Like sometimes you would straight up see me hang out with this individual, and you would see us having the most wonderful time and hanging out with him.
It's true.
And
then you walk away and you're like, total dumbass.
And I completely hate him more than I hate like. But he never knows, or she, and believe me, great. And this is what I do. It's a technique. Jules, by the way, she's actually very much more honest. I
have a hard time faking.
Yeah, emotional lying. She's really bad at it.
Yeah. I really have a hard time faking. Yeah. I wish I was better, but because I just feel like sometimes.
Wallahi, sweetie, let me tell you something. It's better. It's
yeah, call me sweetie. That's great.
Hey, sweetie. You know what the funny thing is? In Nova Scotia, it was very common for us to say sweetie to a girl. Like it was just very normal. And when I came to Toronto, it like a lot of girls looked at me like condescendingly, but it's something like common. Like when I was living in Nova Scotia, it's like, hey, sweetie, how are you? You know what I mean? Like it was just like,
well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
How are you?
That's nice, you know. But going, listen, sweetie.
Listen, sweetie. No.
That's different.
No. When I say listen, sweetie, it's not. It is not even condescending. But this is the American white bitch maneuver, man.
It's a little. Listen,
sweetie, you better shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and that's not condescending.
No, this is a very loving shut the fuck.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't see it that way.
Yes.
Oh, now I understand. Now that you explained it like that.
Oh my God.
Now I understand.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. It's just like a very beautiful. I think it's
a very beautiful way to talk
because
to people.
I would rather say sweetie than bitch. And
okay.
you know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
It's a very good way.
Yeah, better to say sweetie than
bitch. Yeah, exactly.
He still says bitch quite a lot.
I love saying bitch. Bitch is like my favorite. Like I don't even say fuck that much in stage. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've like. Have you noticed me like going like fuck? What the fuck is that? You actually say it a lot.
Yeah, I love fuck.
Yeah.
I think it's a great word. I mean, it's like it can be used so many ways. It's, it's a verb.
It's a noun.
You can use it. Yeah, it's a noun.
It's a noun.
Adjective.
It's adjective.
Oh my god.
It's a great.
And it just has such a like. I love that. I really do. I love that word.
Me, bitch, is like beautiful.
I also like bitch. Yeah.
But the way how you say it, like bitch, like you can tell that it's not natural for you to say it.
Well, I have a line
Bitch.
in one bit where I say little bitch.
Yeah. It's
And
like
people like that.
It's a very like she can't.
People like it.
Yeah, she can't say it other
A
than
little
kind of
bitch.
condescending way. But like me, bitch, what's up? It could be like the most endearing bitch. Like
Yeah,
"Oh,
I would
bitch."
never be like sup bitch.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded terrible.
Sup bitch. That's terrible.
so disgusting.
Some girls are like that. They're like bitch.
I don't like that. I don't like
Yeah.
it. Ugh. No, I but
Yeah, I steer away from that. But what were we talking about?
it was this podcast was really all over the place.
Yeah, but I feel like we're getting somewhere here with it. And yeah, and you've opened up, and now I've taught you about cognitive overhead. And how long have we been going for?
I don't care. I'm really having a good time.
Good, okay.
I'm really having a good
Yeah.
time.
I think, yeah, when people start stand up, I think that, yeah, you can't beat yourself up about like when you start. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about like characters on stage and before this podcast, and like what kind of comedy you like, and you tend to be like, you like to kind of talk down to the audience.
Yeah.
And you get away, and you can do that. You have a persona that is perfect for that.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
It's like
I
we were
couldn't do
we were
that, I
talking
don't
we were
think.
talking we're talking about like three actually sort of it's not it's more theoretical. It's like some people when they go on stage, Jules is kind of the person that would look at me and the audience are like equals, like in our in endeavors, and she kind of meets them like eye to eye, and and
I'm not talking down to them, but I'm also not talking down at myself.
yes.
I'm kind of saying to the audience, come along
It's
with
not
me.
self-deprecate. It's like there's
Yeah.
one where you would be like, oh, the audience is so great, but I'm the piece of shit kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
so that's a classic.
y-
A lot of dudes do that.
yeah, a lot of self-deprecate
And women.
and
Yeah, and
especially I would say white women. Because if you see like some white women would be like, I'm just a white bitch. Oh my god, I know it's so bad, but it's like sort of that. It's very Vancouver-y vibes. I hate that shit about them, and it drives me bananas.
There, a lot. That's something I've heard people say to me is like, women will be like, I like that you're not self-deprecating.
Yeah. This is why like I really enjoy her stand up a lot, because it's a very form of well written, very thoughtful, very relatable. It's very relatable style of stand up where people can find like anybody in the audience can find it's so it's so like people can see themselves in her shoes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's nice. That's good. Yeah, like that's what I'm going for, I guess.
Yeah. While
You, meanwhile, Ahmed's up here. You're up here, and then you often are talking like down to the audience. You're putting yourself up on this pedestal. But what's fascinating about it is you will say horrible things about yourself, but you're still up here. I think that's what's really nice about it. Is you're like, I'm a fucking creep.
Yeah, I'm a creep.
I'm a creep. Yeah, that's a great line.
That's
Yeah, say it again.
I'm a creep.
Yeah, that's good. I love it when you say that. And you are calling yourself out, but you still view yourself as better than everybody else.
Because the problem is I am so honest. It's like people love, and this is what I've noticed about I said me and Von Dub, we talked about it even in the podcast and it's like I told Von Dub, like
Nick Von Dub has a podcast called the Von Dub Cast. Yeah.
And he was saying like he loves and respects the audience for being there. I told him, dog, I love the audience being there. I just don't respect them. and you know what I mean? That's
It's true.
Yeah,
and you put them sometimes when you're trying new stuff. You put them through it, like you really force them to listen to some crazy ass fucking shit.
And
you don't care.
And I don't give a damn. And the reason behind this is because I've seen so many audiences, went on the road a lot, and I'll tell you this: you can have some of the best bit you can ever think of, like literally quite the most unique concept, shit like that, and then you say it to them and they look at it as the most mundane shit in the world. And then you put out one fucking dick joke. Oh my God, I'm circumcised. And people will go bananas and laugh and go crazy. And it's just like, and then they could do like bullshit crowd work. Like, oh my God, your scarf. By the way, your fucking neck is magnificent. And they're like, oh yeah, it is. And people, fucking ridiculous.
Right.
And this is why, like, I don't respect audience members, because at the end of the day, the cheapest shit work. It's like, it's literally your like. Well, sometimes you serve them shit and they will eat it like as if it's caviar. And
I think it depends where, though.
But
you know, I think there's.
I don't, because it doesn't matter if you're at the center of a city. Or in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, because
no, I disagree.
There's
some audiences that are real big comedy fans of comedy,
1,000%,
and they don't want to hear hack.
These people are fucking awesome. These people are genuine. Like when I'm telling you, comedy fans are different than audience, because in the audience you find a variety of everything. Right, but generally
like a
speaking,
regular club night, a Saturday night at the comic strip, you just get a bunch of different people.
Exactly.
Some of them are fans of comedy and come all the time, and then some of them are trying it out.
I'll even say this: even the Grindstone Comedy Theater, they're the best audience because they know comedy. Like you can say a tag, a punchline, and they understand.
Attention.
They're paying attention.
Yeah, Underdog is like that too.
No, it's a 50-50 split.
Really?
Because I'll tell you why.
Because they want to hear jokes.
Sometimes in the Underdog, you can, and this is the problem when you live in like city centers. You can find sometimes an audience of, how do I say this? No, fuck it, I'll say it. Liberal sissy bitches, and always white women, and they bother me to know. Or sometimes even a brown guy.
You just scare them sometimes.
No, yeah, I scare them.
You scare them sometimes because you come out you're out on a fucking limb.
Yeah.
Talking about trans porn and yada yada.
No, but I love swinging. And by the way, Jules does too. But I love swinging. And the thing is, it's like me. I'm sort of trying to make my view of the world and even my crazy experiences relatable to the audience. And these and sort of, and I'm saying like liberal, like the biggest left-leaning idiots, and even the biggest right-leaning idiots, they all have the same. It's a very self-centered view. It's like they kind of look at you as, thank you for coming into my country. Stay at that area over there. We don't really want to interact, kind of thing. And they don't even want to know you. They don't even want to.
And they want diversity. But then I think who was saying this to me? Somebody used you. They were like, people want diversity, and then Ahmed shows up, and they're like, oh shit.
Exactly. And then
shit, he's talking about trans.
Exactly. And it's like, and this is one of the things that I genuinely get jealous of, like white people.
You walk in, they're like,
dude, this is what I get jealous.
They're like, no, we wanted a nice, quiet brown guy.
No. What they want is somebody born here, like who knows the name of Marvel superheroes' personal names. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't know these things, and I don't care. But it's like. But then when I'm trying to get like my diverse like experience, I would say, and my crazy life, and put it into like a normal show, like at comedy clubs, it kills.
Yeah.
Like because they're there to really enjoy.
Right, and they can get with you, and they're okay. I definitely do feel like sometimes I think these kind of more young white liberal audiences don't know,
middle-aged white women.
Yeah, they don't know what to think of you.
Yes.
Yeah, and you do scare them a little bit.
Yes, and when
I think it's so fun for me.
It's so fun for every comic to watch. It's so fun because even man, I go there and then I sometimes I lose my shit. I'm like, man, sorry, Strathcona, which is the name of the brand. I'm like, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I don't. I'm not a barista at Remedy.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
maybe I forget who said that to me, but I was like, that sums it up so well. They want diversity, and then you show up and they're like,
hell no,
yeah,
hell no. But this is why, like,
or it's possible they don't actually. They say they want diversity, like they say they want to hear different voices, but then when push comes to shove, it's like
they don't want to.
I want to laugh at people who remind me of me.
Me, exactly. Yeah. And this is why, like I'll tell you, like I would go, and there was this, like, white guys love me. I'm their president. All men in general, and all females that I would say that are I will say this, like that are about 24, 25 and up to about 30. And like 45-year-olds and up, like white women.
30s, they hate you.
The 30s, no, they're like, I don't want my kid to turn out like this. They always have some sort of self-relative, like women always like, oh my God, everything has to relate to me in my world. And it's like, but like white guys love it.
No, you do tend to, you make a lot of different types of people laugh. And I think that's like why you're good, But it is just interesting. It's like you go in like a room that you maybe struggle in, I do really well in. Typically it's like the white liberal young crowd, like they love her. Yeah, I do really well in those rooms. Obviously, like there are people that are, similar to me. But then if I go on the road, like I can struggle sometimes. Like I'm getting better at it. I don't get to do like road gigs a lot.
Well, I'm getting better at liberal rooms too. Like it's not always a hit for me. It's not like I've always like I've even talked to this comic. I told the man, like, my biggest problem was underdog. It was always
really.
It was all when I first started. It was the one room that I tried to figure out. And right now, right now it's like a 70 or 80 30 80-20 split. Like sometimes I would kill sometimes in that room, like a lot of the times. But before it was like 20-80. Like I would do well 20%. 80 times I would bomb. And right now I'm trying to figure out how do I mentally get these people on board safely. Like I want them to really enjoy, because at the end of the day I want to kill everywhere. I want to be
that is the goal.
Yeah. So it's like now I want to see like what method sort of like ease up like what is the best way to take them with me without really freaking out. And man, it's a lot. It's a fucking process, but it makes me better. And this is why like I love that room so much. I think it's one of my favorites.
It's a very intimate room where like if one person doesn't like a joke, that can kind of, if they're really off put by a joke, it can infect the rest of the room really quickly.
Yes.
And vice versa. The laughs bounce off the wall. It's a perfect room for comedy because like
it's great.
The laughs bounce really well and everything. And it's very dark, and so people feel like they can laugh. But yeah, if somebody gasps at a joke or like there's like a bad reaction, like you feel it on stage. Like you know that it's happening and it's right in your face. And everybody's really close to you. Like people are sitting only like 3 feet from you so it does, I think, scare comics in that way. But what I like about that room too is that like because it's intimate and stuff and the light is so bright on your face, it reminds me to think about my face when I'm performing, and like I do remember to be expressive with my face, and I think
Actually,
that I've realized
that
has
is
helped my
yeah.
comedy a lot.
Yeah, because
Is working on my facial expressions.
Because one thing about her, she's like so monotoned as a person. Like she's like, she has like kind of like one gear.
Am I?
Yeah, you're like
I guess maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Day to day and
day
conversation.
to
Sure.
day. Yeah, like so she kind of has this. But
I
not,
do think about my voice,
yeah, she
in
does
my comedy.
inflections
Yeah.
of her voice, and oh my god,
I try to go high, I try to go low, like.
But
yeah.
it's very crafty engineered, and it's so nice to see how she like mentally creates emotions. Because for me, it's like I don't do that mentally. I do it really with emotions. Like I love manipulating people's emotions. Like it's so fun. It's so fun.
Well, that is kind of what you're doing as a stand-up. You are playing with these
people's
in a way.
emotions.
It's
I
you're
love,
making them tense. Like you're putting in tension. You're relieving the tension. You're, it's all of that, isn't it? But
it's fun, and this is like I love that style.
But something that I've heard is like good comedy gets really good when your face, your body, and your words are matching. So it's like if you're saying something that your face is showing that is expressing the feeling that should be there, that you're saying it, and your body is as well.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do that. It's actually really fucking hard.
Yeah, you have to they call it finding your voice. And finding your voice is not basically just finding a voice, but it's like your voice matches your essence on stage. And
which I think you've never had a problem with, like you've always been yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was for me, it was probably about 10 months in, 11 months in where I finally got it. And I would say for you, it was probably, and we saw it, like how you consistently delivered. And it was like probably about 10 months ago where it just like, for the year and a half, you were getting it, and it was like about 9 to 10 months.
Yeah, last year I started to really make strides.
Like right on the money.
Well, I remember there was a show where something clicked.
Yes.
There was a show I did. It was just like a one-off show for a comic who was in town, and I had a really like hot set, and I felt so myself on stage. And then from that point on, I kind of was like, all right, let's tap into that.
And I remember even when she was because she was trying to get it so much, like she was trying to get it, she's trying to beat herself as much as possible, and she was like even telling me, Ahmed, like it would always happen either 2 or 3 or 4 minutes into the set where I would, because I'm like so self-conscious about myself. But now it's like that's it. Boop.